submit to Tennessee officials in enforcing the Tennessee seatbelt law. Today, all of you are residents of Putnam County, correct? Today, did you know every day in our county that law enforcement officers are issuing seatbelt citations to those who are failing to buckle up? In a recent email to Putnam County Deputy Clerk Lisa Bilbrey, she declares that approximately 20 to 30 seatbelt citations are issued weekly in Putnam County. Even though this may not sound like a lot, if you divide it up, that's at least almost 5 per day. During our time together, I hope you will discover the importance of fastening your seatbelt as we discover what Tennessee says about the law, what kind of excuses people make to avoid wearing their seatbelt, and what percentages are given of those who do not wear their seatbelts. Please get in the car with me and enjoy the ride. The Tennessee Code annotated 559603 discusses in depth the use of safety belts. Let me quote to you what this law specifically says. No person shall operate a motor vehicle on any highway in this state unless such person and all passengers 4 years of age or older are restrained by a safety belt at all times in forward motion. Some of you are parents, and it is your responsibility to make sure that your children are restrained properly in a moving vehicle. Here in Putnam County, the Cookeville Police Department provides child seatbelt safety checks. You can get that checked any day of the week at the Cookeville Police Department or several times per year. Different businesses or stores here in town provide those as well. If you're unsure if your child restraint follows the code here in Putnam County, I encourage you to go to one of the seatbelt checks and have that checked out for your child's safety. Do any of you know the consequence of the law in the same section for not buckling your seatbelt? If a person is charged with a violation of this section, may, in lieu of appearance in court, submit a fine of $10 for the first violation. Most of us will agree that we'll just pay the $10 and forget about it, continue not wearing our seatbelts instead of going to court and dealing with all the hassle. Now that we know the consequence for failing to buckle up, let's fasten our seatbelts and look at our next subject. Those who are avoiding to wear their seatbelts have made excuses as to why they choose not to fasten their seatbelts. Some blame it on current medical conditions. For instance, pregnant women assume that pressure on the stomach can affect their baby in a negative way. But according to Hiroshi Murao in a recent article, he states that if the seatbelt is the kind that comes over the shoulder and fastens at the waist, there's no way that it can affect the baby with pressure on the stomach if it's buckled properly. Also, pacemaker recipients have made the excuse that the seatbelt can rub where the pacemaker was inserted there on the upper chest area and irritate the area where it was inserted. Something that these pacemaker recipients can do is purchase a cushioned seatbelt cover to place over their seatbelt and prevent any discomfort that they may have. Let's go ahead and put on our cushioned seatbelt cover and get comfortable on our way to the next point. In a recent survey, 14 out of 25 answered no to the question, do you wear your seatbelt regularly? That's over 50% of a given survey here in Putnam County. These are people who you know, your loved ones, or maybe even you were part of the survey. When asked, most survey participants said they either forget to buckle up or they just don't like the restraint feeling when in a moving vehicle. Of the 25 participants, all were aware that Tennessee has a law to buckle up, but were unaware that the fine is only $10 when they break the law. This just gives them more of an incentive just to pay the $10 fine and to not buckle up, instead of after they learn the consequence of the $10 fine and paying that and going to the clerk's office, then they probably just forget about it and go on about their business instead of going to court and learning their lesson. As I discussed with these survey participants, none of them were intimidated, obviously, by the $10 fine. Now that we've came to a complete stop, you may unhook your seatbelts. We have just discussed the specific details of the Tennessee state law, excuses people make to avoid wearing their seatbelts, and the survey taken by residents here in Putnam County. I'm making a claim for you to join me in creating a petition to increase the $10 fine to $100 to provide an incentive for these people who are refusing to fasten their seatbelts, not only for their safety, but because it is the Tennessee state law. Thank you for being here for my persuasive speech, and I hope that you will consider signing this petition to submit to Tennessee state law enforcement. These are my 5 audience members today, and here are my note cards that I've used for the speech. Thank you.